Sandy kept scratching her fur with a fork. As a result, she shed a lot of hair. This hair landed on the cake, making it inedible. To relieve the itch, she practiced karate with SpongeBob, but the itching only got worse. Sandy kept feeling something biting her. Upon closer inspection, she discovered a flea clinging to her skin. Though she swatted the flea away, it burrowed into her leg. She frantically slapped at it and even tried to bite it off, but nothing worked. So she had SpongeBob fetch a suitcase, found a flea collar, and put it on. However, the flea quickly jumped onto SpongeBob. At first, he didn't mind, but when the flea bit him, he was in agony. Sandy gave him the collar, but soon, the flea jumped onto Patrick and began biting him frantically until his body was covered in bumps. Patrick, in immense pain, snatched the collar from SpongeBob, yet the flea jumped back onto Sandy once more. She had no choice but to put the collar back on. Then the flea jumped onto SpongeBob again. The three of them kept fighting over the collar. The flea bounced back and forth between them. Soon after, the flea began laying eggs. They quickly hatched into baby fleas. Soon, everyone was covered in fleas. Sandy tried tying the three together with the collar to stop the fleas, but the fleas multiplied too quickly, swarming in droves. Eventually, they even chewed through the collar. The trio fled in panic, only to be surrounded by fleas. Their bodies were covered in red welts, and they were in agony. SpongeBob and Patrick tried to escape, but fleas blocked their path. Patrick blamed Sandy for bringing this disaster. He also complained that SpongeBob had dragged him to the treehouse, but the situation was irreversible. Just as they were nearly swallowed by fleas, SpongeBob murmured that he wanted to return to the water. This gave Sandy an idea. She strapped on her helmet and broke through the swarm with karate moves. Then she flung open the treehouse door, letting seawater rush in. The flood instantly submerged everything, washing away all the fleas. But as the water spread further, it swept up the residents of Bikini Bottom too.